Come on, what are you kidding me, man? What is up, kiddies? Great to see everybody from Don Peralta to my man John Joseph. Sweet Mad Hatter coming in from the north with the leg bong. What is happening, my brother? Don Peralta, John Joseph. I like to say that twice sometimes. Corinne, Rags, NorCal Refrigeration. By the way, Tony, I already can tell. We've been on the air 5 seconds. I can tell today's going to be a very good show because you and I have a ton to talk about. But yeah. I'm enjoying the reportage on the comments line because, dude, I'm looking out here. We got the walking wounded today, bro. We got some wounded soldiers limping around. I got John Joseph going, dude, I tied one on a little bit too hard last night, and so he's limping. I got Rag saying that he overslept because of night flight and his alarm. He forgot to set his alarm or something, so he was late for work. All right, it's going to be okay, everybody. We made it. We're back. Everyone's going to be okay. We're going to get you out of here in one piece today, but I appreciate the effort. I really do. I appreciate you guys being on board last night. I appreciate you guys being back here. Creative Tony he's still in the recovery process. We got all kinds of injuries and like people. Yeah, me too. Big cup of Joe right next to me. How's your head today, buddy? How you feeling, Tony? For real?
It's incrementally better. It's, it's baby steps, man. It's baby steps. Energy wise, much better, but yeah, still just kind of like, achy, I just
have you heeded the advice of one of your guiding lights in the universe? I would say is Bob Marley, because he's told you that herbs are good for everything, and that probably includes concussions in my book. So you might want to dabble. I don't know, spin one up. Nobody's looking.
I'll probably dabble in an edible later this afternoon and have a hopefully nice afternoon slumber or something. Cool. I had a great morning with my daughter, and we just made some crepes together, so that was a fun morning.
Okay, Frenchman, look at you now.
Maybe
hang the French flag behind you, all the Parisians, and we can celebrate. I didn't know you were a crepe maker, Tony.
Oh, dude, the crepes are so super fun to make. There's great crepe mix that we get, and my daughter loves to make them. And
hey, when you talked, sorry to interrupt you, but you said the other night you were talking about Jiffy Pop injuries when you have the Jiffy Pop with the tin foil with the handle and there's oil squirting all over. Bro, you could take out an eye with a crepe too. If it's wound, if it's tightly wrapped, and then you're cutting into that thing, bam, you get squirted in the face with some juice. What did you have inside the crepes? What were they loaded with?
Strawberries and Nutella, buddy. Strawberries and Nutella.
Okay. So, yeah. That sounds like a owner delight right there. Strawberries and Nutella. How was it? How are they?
Fantastic, man. And I've got steel cutouts waiting for me after the show. I'm feeling good, buddy. But it's an interesting transition from getting whacked with the line drive in the face. But I'm very lucky, so I feel very fortunate, man, that didn't break a bone or didn't lose eyesight or anything. So no dizziness, none of that stuff. So it's all good, man. It's all good in the hood. And hey, real quick, you mentioned Sweet Mad Hatter, and the other day you were talking about Tom Petty's "Don't Come Around Here No More" and Sweet Mad Hatter.
Yeah, because remember Tom Petty had the top hat on in that video. It was like an Alice in Wonderland parody they were doing there.
So yeah, I just want to share what Don Peralta did for us. He put Sweet Mad Hatter's mug onto Tom Petty for a little.
Yeah.
I love. You know
what I mean, dude? It works for me. It totally works for me. Hey, Sweet Mad Hatter, you might want to consider that. Halloween's coming up in a few months. That might be the look for you, man. Don't come around here no more. And by the way, great track. I got no problem with any of Petty's material.
Whatever you're looking for.
By the way, dude, Escobar calling me out as he should. He was like, Paulie Mac, maybe a little bit less talking about getting squirted in the face when you're talking to Tony. I'm like, gotcha. Good point. Good, noted. Hey, but listen, you guys you're taking my words and you're twisting them up in this piece. But anyway, that was funny. You made me laugh. Anyway, great to see everybody on board.
Don't make me laugh.
By the way, I don't know if anybody is as down as the two of us are with Grease on the board here. I'm not sure. Because by the way, we keep talking about like these PMP get-togethers and different kind of social events we want to do. And no joke, Los and I are working on something right now. We'll hopefully have information in next week or two to share with everybody. We can get everybody back together. But I'm feeling like at some point, Tony, maybe a group viewing party for Grease, a sing-along thing.
Rules are, there ain't no rules.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I could basically recite the film as it unfolds, like we could do it we could act it out as it occurs. Like they used to do with Rocky Horror. They'd have the Rocky Horror show going, and then they'd have like people acting it out in front of the screen, like dancing around. What a time to grow up, man. Shout out to Rocky Horror film. You ever go see that at midnight? It was kind of a rite of passage when we were growing up.
Yes, there was a theater in San Mateo that they did it on 25th Avenue. So yes, I did see that one time, and I was like, this is what?
Oh, it's nuts. It's mayhem. And we had a little clique in our high school. We had like this group of kids who were like Rocky Horror, like devotees. They would go like every weekend. It was like a thing. They were like the Rocky Horror crew. I'm talking about like, hey, Winks, what's up, man? I see you today. Great to see you. Rags. Remember like, you know, Lori Hove and like Squire and that whole crew. You know what I'm saying? Thomas Georgi, all those dudes. They were like Rocky Horror heads. Anyway, little private New Jersey high school moment there.
Nice.
Tony. Nice. Lot of Giants misery to kind of sort through today. And we got a daytime affair. We got Birdsong going at 12:45. So we'll get you guys out of here before first pitch. No question.
Dude, I just want to say of course, we're going to give love to Carlos De La Fuente and Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group here throughout the show. But yes, dude, we got to talk about retaliation possibly today, Paulie. We got to talk about Randy Rodriguez.
Watching Giants get plunked. I am. I'm getting sick of it. And watching Casey Schmidt last night, he was pissed. He should be. Got drilled right on the hand. It was brutal.
We got to talk about Adamas and Devers. We got to talk about runners in scoring position. We got to talk about the tight end university jumping the shark.
Can we talk about our third base coach a little bit too? I'm just asking.
I was going to get to Matt Williams because as much as we love Matt Williams, he's having a tough go right now. So, before we get into all that, I think we should give some love to Dr. Matt Young and the Matt Young, the SF Dental Group. If you want to take the reins on that, Paulie. And then I've got a laundry list of Giant stuff, and I got some numbers that are we're gonna try and stay positive today, but man. There's some numbers out there.
No, we're going to do your numbers. I got a few takes of my own. I want to talk about Doval, your guy Doval a little bit. I want to get into that. We'll look at your numbers. We'll do all the Giant stuff. Also have a special musical assignment that we're going to share with you guys. We'll unload that before the show ends today. But first, like you said, my main man, Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group here in San Francisco, right down in Union Square. In fact, could I get the Santa Cruz Rolling Stones thing today? I think I need. Yeah, there you go, man. I want to be inside the mouth. All right, there we go. So, Tony, we're talking about the Young Dental Group and Dr. Matt Young, my dentist for over a decade. He's been in business for over 25 years, and his practice is rock solid. I've said this before, but he's just a great guy. And that goes a very long way when you're a dentist. I think you got to have a little bit of bedside manner when you're a dentist, man. There's nothing more vulnerable than lying in a chair with like interrogation lights in your face. They got sharp tools. They're drilling, smoke is coming out. They got that little suction thing in your mouth. It's crazy. So you got to be able to like feel good about the people that are doing the work. Because if you don't, that can be a really miserable experience. But that's the thing about Matt Young. He's a great guy. We've talked about we had him on the show. When we introduced him, we actually put him on the show. Hopefully you guys caught that episode and you can just see what a good dude he is. And he's a very chill guy, like very even-tempered. We're all excitable guys, Tony and I do. We rev up and down like we're on a roller coaster. Matt Young's got a steady hand, and you want that with your dentist, obviously. General dentistry, he's got comprehensive dental care that he's offering, cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics, and the team, the entire staff, they're all rock-solid people, super cool, very helpful. And don't forget, Dr. Matt Young is the president of the Academy of Implant Dentistry. That's his specialty. He specializes in implant surgery, implant restoration. So if you've got like an old crown, if you think you might need a procedure, you've got to go talk to him. Just go talk to him and let him get you into a better place with your dental health. Shout out Quiet Riot Mental Health. I'm talking Dr. Matt Young, dental health, Tony. Maybe we do. Hey, Dom, could you get me one of those Quiet Riot masks and throw it on Dr. Matt Young's face? And we'll shout out like dental health. You know what I mean? Bang your head. Dental health will drive you mad. Dental health. All right. 415-392-8611, Tony. Couple words from you. We'll dive right into the topics at hand today.
So we talk about Yelp reviews, we talk about Google reviews. There's also ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com, which is a good resource for reviews of doctors in the Bay Area. ZocDoc. Check this out. 286 reviews. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group has 4.75 out of 5 stars for the overall, right? Bedside manner out of 5 stars, 4.8. Wait time out of 5 stars, 4.8. 8. And it says Dr. Matthew Young is appreciated for having a friendly and professional staff, providing thorough explanations of treatment options and maintaining transparency about costs and procedures. Patients also highlight the knowledgeable care, great service, and a warm, welcoming environment. So that's not from you or me, Paulie. That is from 286 reviews on ZocDoc, which we haven't talked about before.
I love it.
And then again, Saturdays 8 to 4. Saturday, go make a day in the city. You know what? Take the train. You know how much. This is my ideal day, dude. Get on the train, and then from the train, if you want to walk to Post Street, definitely walk, or you can jump on one of those scooters, dude, and then cruise through the town. Go get your dental on with Dr. Matt Young, and then cruise all over the city. The world is your oyster. The city is your oyster the rest of the day. San Francisco on a Saturday, when, I mean, of course, it's nice when they have the parades and all the festivals and all the festivities when they're celebrating stuff. But on a random Saturday when there's nothing going on, the Saturday, I mean, and you got good weather, the city just comes alive. So I just highly recommend it. So 490 Post Street. Also, 415-392-8611. 415-392-8611. Or you can email them info@youngdentalsf.com.
Yeah, and to help you remember the last 4 digits of his phone number, the 392-8611, just think John Frank Alex Smith. John Frank Alex Smith. By the way, Alex Smith was in the yard a couple of nights ago. I forgot to shout him out last night on the night flight. It was the Tuesday night game, and I think he had those Larry Bayer seats. He was right next to the dugout, and always great to see Alex Smith wearing a Giant jersey. He looks like a baseball player, too. He's just like one of those guys. You can throw him in a basketball uniform. You can throw hockey pads on him. Alex Smith just looks like an athlete. And I got to tell you, one of the greatest dudes I've ever met in my entire career doing sports talk. Alex Smith is a great guy. And talk about result. I mean, the guy almost lost his leg, dude, or worse. It could have been worse. And the fact that he persevered through that, fought through that, rehabbed himself back to the point where now he's back up. He's on his feet. He's walking around. He's got a beautiful family. Anyway, Alex Smith, I freaking love you, dude. And great to see him at the yard. Tony, couple things real quick. I wanted to say, you mentioned San Francisco comes alive when you're, out on a scooter or whatever. I'm going to shout out Frampton Comes Alive, which ironically, Peter Frampton Comes Alive. Show me the way, baby.
Wow.
Totally. Do you feel like you do? Here's the thing.
That's a tube in the mouth, right? Like with the microphone.
You're damn right. That's a tube in the mouth. Tony, on the streets, we call it a talk box. Okay, what I mean?
Talk box.
Joe Perry uses one of those in Sweet Emotion. Sweet Emotion. You got to have the talk box going. It was a big thing in the 70s. Joe Walsh, Rocky Mountain Way, all that stuff.
Don't sleep on the outgoing jam of Sweet Emotion, okay? Because it's an overplayed song on the radio. It is overplayed on the radio. Just like Sweet
Emotion rules. There's not to me.
It does. It rules. It rules, but it's like on the radio, you do hear it all the freaking time. So it's like there was a phase where I'm like, God, you know what? I got to move on. When I would turn it was on the radio. But if you're patient enough to get through what you've heard probably hundreds of thousands of times on the radio and get to that outro jam, it is. I mean, dude, when we saw that live, Paulie, I was like, oh, give me that outro jam and just play it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Go.
Well, I have a different opinion on that, because to me, I'll never get tired of Sweet Emotion. It's basically like my life story. You know what I mean? Getting driven home in the police car, all of that stuff. And then and to your point, the outro jam, dude, the greatest outro jam Sweet Emotion thing I ever saw was in Oakland, right around 2010, dude. They were doing that. And then, dude, Joe Perry came in and he started playing Third Stone from the Sun by Hendrix on top of that jam. He was like, it was so freaking awesome. I only saw him do that once, but I wish he would do it every time they played it because it was so good. Hey, Tony, you know what? Speaking of music, real quick, you guys, and we're talking Heavy Giants, I promise. I want to shout out the guitar player from Bad Company who passed away a couple days ago. Mick Ralphs, the guy's name was. And I like those Bad Company records a lot. I love Paul Rodgers as a singer. He's just like one of those guys who everything he sings sounds it's so perfect. It's so effortless. It's so smooth. He was so tasty. Like Paul Rodgers, to me, he's just one of my favorite singers. The guy rules. And anyway, Mick Ralphs was his guitar player. And that big, thick, heavy Les Paul sound, like that crunch, was always in the Bad Company song. So I just wanted to tip my cap. Rest in peace, Mick Ralphs from a Bad Company. And those are some great albums, dude. If you like that early 70s kind of guitar-driven rock, check out Bad Company. Great records there. Now, Tony.
Dude, as Chuck D will say, rest in power. Paulie, I got something for you because Dom, as Dom Peralta does, when he hears something on the show and he gets a wild hair, he just runs with it. You asked for Dr. Matt Young with the Quiet Riot Mental Health match.
I did. Wow, that was quick.
There you go. There you go. There's Dr. Young.
Okay,
Dom Peralta. That's a home freaking run, dude. Thank you for sending me that.
So you keep that thing on a short leash. I'm gonna need to see this multiple times throughout the show. And then I gotta say, by the way, what is that? Like a chain from the ear to the chin? I didn't even know there was like an accessory like that. It's beautiful. And now my question to Dr. Young is gonna be like, hey, Dr. Young, would you mind chucking that mask on while you're working on me?
Totally.
But you imagine him looking down at you, dude, with the tools, with the mask on. That would be amazing. Dom, phenomenal work. By the way, we have a big announcement we're going to share next week that involves Dom Peralta, but we'll get there in a couple of days.
Yeah, totally. But also,
Dom is in the news. I'm just going to put it that way. Dom is in the PMP newscast, and we'll share the information with you very soon. Go ahead, Tone.
Yes, and before we rip Tight End University and get into ripping the Giants and Matt Williams, I want to give Jeff Winkler, our buddy Winks, some love because he says, who remembers the Three's Company episode when Jack, Janet, and Chrissy were jamming out to Frampton Comes Alive? Oh, dude, that's why the chat, like, that's a prime example of why the chat just Winks, way to bring the heat today, dude. Because thank you.
This is a topic where I didn't plan on going here, and it's probably not good for the show. This is probably not going to be good because it's so specific. But by the way, Winks and I are probably the two biggest Three's Companies fan you'll ever find.
Oh, well, I'm the third then.
Okay, because we go deep, we go hard, bro. We go super hard. In fact, I go so hard that last night I was texting Winks about Three's Company, swear to God, at about 10:30 last night after the Giants peed down their leg again and lost another ball. We're going to talk about that. Anyway, I texted Winks because they run Three's Company on IFC like late at night. It's starting at like 11. They'll show like 10 episodes in a row. And I got to say, that wasn't the only time Peter Frampton came up on the Three's Company on their arc, if you will, from their first season to the last. There was another one. And Winks, you know what I'm talking about. Later on in Three's Company, after Frampton Comes Alive, Tony, his follow-up record was called I'm in You. I don't know if you remember that one. I'm in you, you're in me, because you gave me good love. It was like a smaller hit. It wasn't as big as the other ones. But there was an episode where Jack was talking to a girl, and he was like, hey, I got the new Peter Frampton album. You want to come down to the apartment and listen to it? I'm like, I love this. So there are times that, yeah, dude. And by the way, I'm Team Janet. I'm Team Janet.
Me too.
All the way.
Me too.
Janet, man. She's working at the flower shop. You know what I mean? She's coming out, and her and Jack. There was always something simmering right beneath the surface with her and Jack. No shade on.
We say rest in peace to John Ritter too, and rest in power John Ritter too, man. Because we talk about gone way too young and so talented, physical comedy out the you know what. I mean, God, he was so fun to watch, not just to listen to, but to watch. Like the dance moves. I'm glad Winks brought this up, man, because like, have you seen those remixes where people will put like there was like a Beastie Boys remix over a dancing scene in Three's Company? Like, this is freaking gold because Ritter's dance moves are off the chain. I mean, they're incredible. So
Ritter, I have seen those. I did see a lot of those with like Shakedown Street from the Grateful Dead. You see these guys dance. It's great. And I've seen them with the Munsters too, like the Addams family. But Winks is such a big fan. This is a true story. Last thing on Three's Company, and we'll talk Giants, but I'll do a whole show on Three's Company if you want. It would be easy for me. When John Ritter passed away, this speaks to the fandom of that I share with Winks for Three's Company. Winks lives in Los Angeles, by the way. So when Ritter passed away, Winks, this is out of grief, dude, out of sheer grief. Winks got in the car, drove to the Hollywood Walk of Fame where John Ritter's star was, and he was like leaving some token of appreciation there. There were a few other fans. Dude, a news truck pulls up.
Nice.
Turns on the TV cameras. They start rolling tape on Winks. Now Winks is on the news. Yes, I've seen the Winks. If you have any footage, send it over to me, and I'll put it up on the screen. And they were interviewing, and they were like, John Ritter has passed away. It's a tragedy in Hollywood, and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you see, it says, Jeff Winkler. This is what they put underneath him. It said, Jeff Winkler, fan. That's
Dude.
what it, quote, fan.
Oh.
Yeah. So Wink, if you have that footage, please send it in so we can show. He said, I wish I had the footage, but I'll never forget that.
That's
Jeff
incredible.
Winkler, fan.
And while we're talking Three's Company, we got to give love to Larry. I just the hair
Larry
on Larry,
Ellis, bro, selling cars. Yeah, sure.
Hair and everything. And also, I want to welcome to the show. I see RGG Con 10. I haven't seen that name before on the chat before. And RGG Con 10 says, "I'm in You" went to number 2 in 1977, Frampton's biggest hit.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay, respect. I didn't realize I was his biggest hit. I love the fact that we're taking a deep dive on Frampton. And while we're doing that, let me come over the top with some more. If you guys want to hear, like, because I'll keep going, Tony. I'll keep going. If you want to hear like some, I talked about Bad Company, like the 70s heavy guitar driven stuff. Dude, check out Humble Pie. That's Peter Frampton's band.
Yeah.
For his solo career. Dude, they were heavy, dude.
Humble Pie was heavy. Yeah,
they're rocking the Fillmore album with I Don't Need No Doctor and all that stuff. That's some heavy rock going on right there. Anyway, shout out Peter Frampton, shout out Winks fan, and shout out Three's Company, but especially Janet Wood. Okay.
Hey, Paulie, on that note, can we shift because you talked about like heavy music? You know, there was some heavy music played at the Brooklyn Bowl in Nashville that wasn't so heavy.
Oh, dude, here we go.
That is in tandem with the Tight End University. And I got to be honest, dude. When George Kittle, Greg Olson, and company started the Tight End University, I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's kind of cool. Get them all together, work out, kind of this. Dude, now, like, I feel like the term "jump the shark" has jumped the shark.
Yeah.
But but Tight End University, I'm over it. They got like daily coverage now where they're doing like daily the TV cameras all over. It used to be kind of this like not a secret, but like kind of like this cool little thing that they did out of the spotlight. And you couldn't get access to it, and only like certain few people got access to it. And now it's like, it's all over the place. Now they're doing concerts with Taylor Swift showing up. You got Travis Kelce and George Kittle like best buds. It's like what is this, man? Like,
no, I'm with you. Keep going, preach, brother, preach.
I'm not down with like I understand the tight end university, cool thing, brotherhood. Yeah, we're all tight ends. We love to block. We love to catch passes. We will do everything for our team. Great. Come work out. But this whole buddy thing with Travis Kelce and George Kittle. It's getting too cute for me, Paulie.
It's getting way too cute. And by the way, hey, George Kittle, you do realize that guy you're so buddies with, like you guys are BFFs and your girlfriends are singing songs and they're making dresses or whatever. Let me tell you what, that guy, that's the guy who's been kicking your ass for what, 6-7 years now? That's that guy.
They hug it out, and when he turns around, Kelsey's laughing as he walks away.
He should be. I'd be laughing too. I'd be like, hey, Taylor Swift, guess what? I own that guy. I freaking own him.
I gotta say, Paulie, I love Kittle, and I love what he does for the Niners. I love it. But it's like this tight end university thing is just, it's a bit much for me to handle. It's getting too much.
Cut the S, man. Cut the effing S, okay?
Yeah.
That's up in this piece. And Tony, I agree with you.
Did Brent Jones ever call Mark Bavaro and say, hey, dude, let's hang out?
No.
You want to hang out?
No, he didn't. He definitely didn't, man. And I love the riff. Did Russ Francis ever call up Jay Novacek and be like, hey, let's hang out. Let's practice. Let's do some coordinated dance steps and film them and put them on Twitter. I don't think so. I don't think Russ Francis wanted it. I don't think Jay Novacek wanted it.
Did Vernon Davis call up Mark Chimura and say, hey, dude, what are you doing in the offseason, bro? You want to hang out? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tony, did John Frank call Tony Gonzalez and say, yo, T-Gons, hey, T-Gons, what are you up to? Yeah, T-Gons, bro. I'm dropping those T-Gons on. Let's create some hypothetical university, film ourselves, and bring in our celebrity girlfriends. We'll all hang out. I think T-Gons would have just been, I love the handle, T-Gons. I think T-Gons would have just slammed the phone down. F you, bam. Yeah, everybody's too buddy now. It's such a new school thing, and I know Tony and I are going to sound like what you would call angry old heads, but I don't care. I'm going to dig my heels in on this. Perhaps maybe you shouldn't be palling around with the team that's in your way from winning the Super Bowl. The Chiefs have beaten the Niners in 2 Super Bowls in the George Kittle era, and on top of that, as far as I'm racking my brain right now, as far as I can tell or remember, the Niners have never beaten the Mahomes-led Chiefs. They've never beaten them. Mahomes owns the 49ers. He effing owns them. They'll kick our ass at the drop of a hat. They've been doing it for years. So the fact that they're friends and they're buddies and Taylor Swift is singing songs. Oh, she's got a good time. I don't give an S. I don't care. I don't. And if anything, It just upsets me, like you, Tony. I'm glad you brought that to the show. Any other gripes you want to get off your chest?
No, it's like I'm just kind of over it, man. And it's not to say that I don't love what Kittle does for the 49ers and what he does. Dude, the guy gives his all. He's an ass kicker, and he's like a team leader. But this tight end university thing, I really liked it when it was not mainstream and so heavily covered. And it was kind of like, oh, they did this thing in Nashville. It's kind of cool. And I like
there's going to be like a red carpet. Here they come. They're coming to the tight end university. Let's see what they're wearing. I feel you, dude, on this, T.
I don't know. It just kind of bums me out that it's gone so mainstream and so heavily covered. And just let them do their thing. And like maybe Kittle and Olsen could have said, hey guys, no, we don't want the cameras here. This is not for public consumption. This is for us to work out and like share tight end secrets and schemes and whatever. And we're going to work together and we're going to keep it away from the media. But no, now the media is there. George Kittle's doing interviews. Greg Olson's doing interviews. All these, it's like Taylor Swift is all over the place. Why is Taylor Swift even there?
I don't. I don't. And now she's buddies with Kittle's wife.
Did you see Kittle and Taylor Swift dancing at some concert the other night? I was like, what?
It all pisses me off. Did Ronnie effing Lott call Lawrence Taylor in the offseason and be like, hey, LT, what are you up to? Nothing? Hey, let's get our wives and do some synchronized dance steps together. It'll be great. Like, hell no, dude. Those guys are like sworn enemies. And I think the game is better when you've got some bad. I really do. I mean this. I think it's better when there are real rivalries where guys don't like each other, as opposed to this all let's lock arms and skip down the beach and sing love songs together. Like, I don't like it. And by the way, until the Niners beat the Kansas City Chiefs, even in a regular season game, just give me one win, dude, and then you can start dancing around. But until that happens, dude, cut the crap. The crap. Those guys own you, dude. They own you. They own us. And I hate saying it, but that's the truth.
Niners are 0-5 against the Mahomes era.
Yeah, nice, juicy 0-5, man. How's that feel, Kittle? You like that? Maybe we can make it 6 if you're so happy about it. Yeah,
it bums me out. So I don't know.
Sorry, I get on a rant, but I'm pissed.
Yeah, man. You mentioned there needs to be bad blood, dude. I want to transition to bad blood. I'm sorry, I'm not a violent person, but the Giants need to do some retaliation today. They're in the last 9 games, and I got to give SF Standard some love here for the numbers. They crunched some numbers for us. They did 9 hit by pitches in the last 9 games. Dude, Elliot Ramos has gotten hit by pitch 10 times this season. It's crazy. 7th in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But four of the 9 hit by pitches have been Ramos in the last 9 games. And then you saw Schmidt last night, and you saw how pissed off Schmidt was.
And Schmidt, the ironic thing, Tony, is you and I talked last night about how well Schmidt's been playing. He's finally hitting the ball. He's hitting with some power, hitting home runs. Finally looks comfortable. And I love Schmidt. I think all Giant fans really are pulling for this guy. Yeah. And I'm worried about like the MRI results on this thing. That did not look good, man. The way
they came back negative. They're negative. So
good.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing they're negative, but still you can tell. I mean, especially on the hand, man. In that area right there on the hand, I was hoping it was going to get the meat right here, but I think it got more of this. But it didn't break anything, which is good. But still, man, the guy that'll rattle you. And it's time for an answer. It's time for an answer, Melvin. Do what you got to do, man. I don't know who. I don't care who it is. Maybe you take Randy Rodriguez, who's almost unhittable for the Giants this year.
Just let him plunk somebody right in the ribs. Yeah. Yes. Because I was going to ask the question, is because Birdsong's starting today, is he the right guy to handle that kind of?
No, I wouldn't do Birdsong. I would do it. I would do it later in the game. I would do it sometime later in the game and just make sure that it's felt. Make sure that it's a
player that matters. Make sure it's a player of value. Like, I don't want some guy who's like pinch hitting, hit one of their guys. Like, that's baseball justice. Like, listen, that's again, I know we're sounding like old heads, but it is. There's an eye for an eye kind of mentality in baseball where
they're not going to stop doing it. And look at who's getting hit, by the way. Ramos, the best hitter on the team, Flores, the most clutch hitter on the team, and then Schmidt, the hottest hitter on the team. Those are the 3 guys that are getting hit. Right. There's no secret to what's going on here. And if they're not going to retaliate and do something about it, teams are just going to keep doing it. And by the way, again, credit to SF Standard, but the Giants go on the road trip coming up. They go to Chicago White Sox. They go to Chicago White Sox, then Arizona, then they go to Sacramento to play the the freaking.
And maybe they can finally sell a game out. We'll get some Giant fans to show up. Maybe they'll finally get a sellout up there, all 12,000 or whatever that place holds. I'm still. Oh, and by the way, speaking of all these different baseball matters, I should probably plug this. I'm going to be doing a guest hit on the Giants pod. Well, I think it's a Giants, Niners, and Warriors podcast. Bay Area guys. They're called the Hum Daddies.
Nice.
So I'm going to jump on the Hum Daddies show as a guest at 3:00 today. If anybody wants to come hang out, you're more than welcome. So,
hey, Paulie, you should drink a Hum Baby beer by Altamont Brewing while you're on the Hum Daddy podcast.
Should I be driving a Humvee while I'm doing that as well? Driving a Humvee, talking to Hum Daddies?
No. Definitely not drive a Humvee.
Well, you don't like those big tanks driving down the street, dude. They're essentially, it's like a tank with like.
Do you really want the Humvees and the freaking what are those
the Tesla tank, whatever those things are? Yeah, no, I don't even know.
Enough.
I know.
Just people are losing their minds, dude.
I drive around, dude, and you guys would be well, maybe not shocked, but I look around. There's more of those Tesla tank things driving around Marin that I care to see.
Dude, they're all over the peninsula too, man. They're in San Carlos.
I'll be at a red light, and I'll look over at one of these guys, and I'll be like, "Holmes, are you for real with this thing, dude?" Like,
right.
Obviously, you ain't no Tommy Lee.
Or obviously, you need right. Yes. Yeah. Paul, obviously, you need attention. Yeah. Obviously, look at me. Look at me. I don't either.
Yeah. I just want a regular car. Just give me a car with 4 doors and 4 wheels. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not even a car guy. I never really have been. Like, I don't whatever. You know what I mean? I get an expensive car. Something's going to go wrong. I try to keep it reasonable because I know I'm just not suited. I'm not suited to be driving a nice car. Anyway.
Hey, by the way, no, hold on real quick. The Nutter, you are correct. He says Longbridge Pizza does have the Hum Baby beer. They do. They have it in cans, and you can get it at Longbridge Pizza along with their other fine beers.
I didn't know we were going to do this today, but let's do it. Shout out Smashing Pumpkins Hummer.
Oh, dude.
Hummer.
Paulie, I just had a Siamese Dream session on my turntable the other morning, and Hummer came on, and I cranked it, and I was like, this song is such a groove, dude.
Yeah.
That song it's one of the greatest songs I think they've ever made, personally. And the groove, go back and listen to the groove between Darcy on bass and Jimmy Chamberlain on drums, man. It is a thick groove. Thank you for bringing that up, man. The song Hummer, Smashing Pumpkins all freaking day. I'll go those first 2 albums. Wow.
You know what I don't like about you, Tony? Let me launch a few complaints about things I don't like about Creative Tony real quick. I don't like the fact that you're extreme, and you've always been like this, and it's starting to bother me. You're very standoffish when it comes to Melancholy, the great double album.
No.
You're always like, the first two albums. Yeah, the first 2 albums. Throw on the double album masterpiece that is Melancholy, and then come time. You ever heard the riff in where Boys Fear to Tread?
Yes.
It's one of the heaviest things of all time.
Give me Jelly Belly. I'll give you Jelly Belly all day.
Dude, I'm a Jelly Belly head. That might be my favorite one. That tune's insane.
Rick, I totally agree with you on Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. It's like his opus. It's like his masterpiece. It really is.
Yeah.
After that, I kind of got off the train. I really did. After Melancholy, I was like, okay. And it was because also it's Dawn to Dusk and Dusk to Dawn are the 2 albums, right?
Yeah.
But the first 2 albums, Gish and Siamese Dreams, are the one where that really just pummeled me, like knocked me on my ass. Where I was like, Jesus, what is this? Because it was during the same time as grunge, right?
I know.
But it wasn't grunge. It was like psychedelic rock. Yes. And what is this, man? This is incredible. Anyways, that's. But I'll give Melancholy. But it's also it's an investment in time. Like if you're gonna dive into that double album, you need to maybe get the whole family out of the house for the weekend.
Oh, you're better off. Yeah, you make sure there's nobody home. Yeah, at all. Yeah, definitely get the kids out of here because I feel that way too. And I got to tell you, I need that record on vinyl. I don't have Melancholy on vinyl. And I was just breaking your balls. I know that you like the album.
I know.
And I got to say, Tony and I saw Smashing Pumpkins together a couple of years ago, like 5 years ago, something like that. It was in Oakland. And dude, this is to give you an idea. Tony mentioned they're psychedelic, but they're heavy. If you've never seen, at one point, I don't know what's going on up there. At one point, dude, they bring out a ladder. Okay, now there's a ladder on stage. Corgan starts walking up the ladder, and when he gets up to the top, they do a cover of Space Oddity by David Bowie. He walks right back down the ladder and then goes into the next song. I'm like, I don't know. They're climbing ladders, Tony. I've never seen a gig where they're bringing out ladders. I got lead singers up on ladders, but I did at the Pumpkins. That actually happened. All right.
I'm going to share some real quick, Paulie, just to give you a visual aid. If I can get it. Oh, come on, please show up. Yeah, there it is. I just want to give love to Billy Corgan's cape, dude. He wore a cape. Remember, that's the show. That's the show.
No, I know. Yeah.
That's at the top of the ladder. You can't tell, but that's at the top of the ladder, and where you got up to the top of the stage on the ladder, and he's wearing a cape. And so go Corgan. I don't know. One of the greatest shows because K-Fog. Let's
dismantle K-Fog. I got a great idea. Let's tear it down to the ground. Let's leave it in rubble. Yes, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Yeah, it's smart.
But they used to do play space shows where for listeners, like 50 listeners, and whenever an artist was in town, they would try to get that certain artists to come through the play space the day of their gig. Billy Corgan was in town playing at the Masonic. He came in during the day, and I love getting those emails that morning. Oh, by the way, anybody interested in seeing Billy Corgan at 11 a.m.? He'll be here. It's like first 10 to email. I'm like, what the hell? So anyways, I went down. It was one of the greatest, he was a great storyteller. It was just one of these, and it was just him and an acoustic guitar. It was
That's all you need. No, he's good. By the way, you want to really trip out, go to YouTube after the show, of course, not right now. You know who would love this, Scarlet Fire? You would love this. Go to YouTube and enter Billy Corgan Box of Rain.
Oh,
Billy Corgan does a cover of Box of Rain where he's playing piano. It's freaking gorgeous, man. It's really beautiful. Box of Rain, a Grateful Dead song. Phil Lesh, rest in peace.
Hey, Paulie, that's a lovely positive thought you're having, but I'm going to go back to negative darkness, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if we can go back to a little negativity.
Well, cool darkness on the edge of town. Can I pause your darkness so we can get a spot in for Carlos de la Fuente?
Yeah, that's actually a good call. That's a good call.
Because I was about to give you the horns. I didn't know if it was time. So before you start talking darkness, let me just do it like this too. Hold on, Tony, everybody. Clearly, you're forgetting. We have a special announcement. Creative Tony, you're forgetting. We've got Carlos de la Fuente waiting in the wings. So let's honor him. And then we'll do your darkness riffs. Anyway, Carlos de la Fuente, my main man, Los D, we call him on the streets. He is a mortgage lender. He is a money lender. He handles all kinds of money matters. And that is a service that everyone's going to need at one time or another or multiple times in their adult life. Carlos is the kind of guy who he grew up in the Bay Area, so he cares about the Bay Area, cares about the people here in the PMP community. There's no question of that. And Carlos has, he's bringing his 26 years of experience to the table, and the good people at Flex Funding are making your life a better place to be with the help of a guy like Carlos. So again, he can do a variety of things for you. If you're just looking for a loan, he can definitely help you with that. If you're looking at your mortgage and you're being like, you know what, this thing is killing me, I'm getting choked out every month by my mortgage, there are ways to kind of tweak it, adjust it, redo it, and Carlos can help you with that too. Home equity lines of credit. That is one of Carlos's specialties. So it's a way to generate some cash in a way that's not going to hurt you. And again, Carlos will never have any appraisal fees involved. There are no fees of any kind really attached, no escrow, no title fees. He also has very fast closings. And I think that matters too, considering how busy everybody is. He is licensed in California. So regardless of your whereabouts, because I know we have listeners all over the place. Look at Winks, for example. He's in LA. Look at, we got people all over the country at this point, which is awesome. But the point is, it doesn't matter where you are in California. He can help you. Even if you're out by Shasta, if you're down south somewhere like Winks, he can definitely help you out. So don't hesitate and don't sink further and further into debt or into a bad financial situation. You got to be honest with Carlos so he can be honest with you. Just tell him, like, Carlos, I'm in a bad spot here. Carlos, I need some help with X, Y, and Z. And then let him go to work for you. And you're not going to get strong-armed into anything you're not comfortable with. He's working for you, not against you. So talk to Carlos today. Give him a shout, 925-250-4894, Creative Tony.
Yeah, man. And also, I gave a review from Dr. Young at the top of the show.
Yeah.
I also want to give a review of Carlos de la Fuente and Flex Funding. And again, because we've been telling you guys for months about Carlos, but I also want you guys to know and hear reviews from other people that we don't know. It's just random reviews. And this is from a woman named Christina Morales 9 months ago. She gave 5-star review to Carlos. And she said, I had the pleasure of working with Carlos de la Fuente on a reverse mortgage purchase transaction, which was a first for me. From the beginning, Carlos demonstrated exceptional communication skills, providing clear and timely updates while involving his entire team in the process. His transparency and dedication to the client's well-being were evident, especially given the delicate nature of the situation. The level of care and attention to detail was remarkable. Despite the complexity of the transaction, Carlos made it feel like a seamless process. Our light-hearted conversations, dude, how about that? Our light-hearted conversations behind the scenes, coupled with his professionalism, made it feel as though we had been working together for years. Completing a 25-day transaction with such efficiency and collaboration is no small feat, and I am truly grateful for his efforts. I look forward to the opportunity to work with Carlos de la Fuente again in the future and highly recommend him to anyone in need of a dedicated and compassionate lender. Dude, just
thank you. No, it's good. I'm glad you shared some reviews.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
I was saying, don't let debt get a hold of you and stuff. And Rags commented, he goes, yeah, it's too late. It's already got me. It's got me by the nets. I feel you. A lot of people say,
who doesn't it have? It's got, doesn't it? Brandon Ayuk doesn't have to worry about it, but most of us do, right?
Well, Brandon Ayuk doesn't have to worry about it, but he's still unhappy. Like he's still upset. And by the way, if we're talking about being too late, I got to shout out Def Leppard, Too Late off the Pyromania album. Too Late for Love, Tony. And then you got Motorhead, Too Late, Too Late, Too Late, Too Late. All right, anyway.
I got to also shout out Galactic's full album called Late for the Future. Great album. Late for the Future by Galactic.
I'm going back to early 70s now. Shout out Jackson Brown, Late for the Sky. Okay, Tony, Late for the effing sky. All right.
Hold on then. Paul Simon's late in the evening, dude. Come on. Late in the evening is one of my favorite Simon tunes. Maybe my top favorite Paul Simon tune.
Shout out to Grateful Dead, Ship of Fools, Jerry Garcia. It was later than I thought. Blam, 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 blam. When I first believed you, Ship of Fools, Tony. All right, anyway, listen. Back to your San Francisco Giants, who do have a daytime affair coming up today. Birdsong on the Hill, 12:45. We're about an hour away from first pitch, and we'll definitely wrap before that.
Yes.
Tony, where are you with Doval at this point? I'm just saying, I don't know.
Where am I with Doval?
Yes.
I like Doval still. I just need Doval. He had a tough outing last night because he was throwing
3 earned runs, 2 walks. Not a great night on the Hill. And he's always got that kind of demeanor where he's so chill. I wonder, like, bro, maybe get some of those paddles the EMTs use. Clear, bam, and then like shock you back to life. Because he's so calm that at some point I wonder, is he even with us today? Like he's kind of. But anyway, I was frustrated last night. Anyway, I'm sorry I stepped on you, T. How you feeling?
No, you're good, dude. I like Duvall's ERA. It's gone up. It's gone up to 2.78. Right. It was under 2. Like a couple of weeks ago. So he's struggled of late. But I just feel like he has electric stuff. But he's got an electric fastball that I feel like he's gotten away from. Like he's throwing his slider a lot. And I feel like people, obviously watching a ton of film on him, now know the tendencies of that he likes to throw the slider a lot, and they might be looking for it. Actually, even I always tell the kids, obviously much younger kids, but I always say, because we're starting to see breaking balls now that they're 11 years old, and I said, you're always going to look fastball, but when you see that spin, you're going to be out in front of it with your whole bottom half is going to be out in front, but you want to try and keep your hands back and just punch it the opposite way, the other way, right?
Look at the tips Creative Tony's dropping on us. That was awesome. Good coaching tip.
Well, there. You just want to keep your hands back because you're looking fastball, and then the speed is going to be different. But if you're looking slider or looking off speed, that's a whole different like a level of professionalism. And it happened last night. I feel like they were kind of sitting on the slider. And they had a couple of hits on the slider. I'm like, go to that fastball, man. Bust that fastball, that like the 2-seamer that has some tail on it, that tails into a righty and bust it inside. Just go back to what got you there, man. The fastball, dude. Because remember when he threw the fastball too much and everybody was sitting on his fastball, so then he incorporated the slider more. Now we need him to like balance it out more to get the fastball back in the mix more. That's just my opinion. Again, I'm not a professional coach.
I wanted to ask you what you're seeing. Yeah. There are times like he frustrates me. Another thing, a big picture kind of thought here. And I saw this actually before the show started today. I love that you guys are hanging out before we even start the show. Anyway, I looked on the comments before the show started, and it was Robot Centaur who said something like, the Giants are starting to look like the team I thought they were going to be before the season started. And you know what, dude? I know what you're saying. That's kind of like, I wasn't that optimistic before the season started. I've said this a bunch on the show, that the fact that they have been playing so well, by and large, even though they've struggled offensively, their pitching has been so good that they went into June, that big series at Dodger Stadium a couple of weeks ago. They went into that like a game out of first or a game and a half out. Now they have dropped to 5.5 games back. And this is the thing that concerns me. good teams, playoff caliber teams, they don't lose 2 or 3 and possibly be on the verge of getting swept at home to a team like the Marlins. So that does give me pause. Like, they've been having such a hard time. Devers' move is made. I think we all expect, or at least hope, for immediate results there. It hasn't really happened. I'm sure Devers is going to become the guy we want him to be in time, but he's still adjusting, and he's hit the one bomb since he's come to San Francisco, but he hasn't lit the world on fire, not even close. So it does concern me, Tony, the fact that they've already lost the first 2 games of this series to a team like Miami. That's a team you got to beat at home. That's a team you got to handle your business and win that series. Now they can't do that.
And this is supposed to be like one of the easiest stretches, or not easy.
I know. But I feel you. Yes, a manageable stretch against sub 500 teams. Yeah.
And I wanted to finish this before we moved on from the retaliation thing, because they better freaking retaliate today. Is that they go on the road, they play the White Sox, then the Diamondbacks, then the A's, right? Dude, the White Sox are second in MLB in throwing at hitters. They've hit the second.
Here we go.
Arizona Diamondbacks are 6th in that category, and the A's are 3rd. So if they don't send a message now, there's going to be more beanball on the road. And by the way, Diamondbacks are 41-39, so they're playing better. Of the 3 teams, they're the best team they're going to see, and obviously NL West opponent. But dude, the White Sox 26-55, the A's 33-49. They need to take care of business against those teams, man. Just flat out. But I'll tell you what, Paulie. And again, I got to give Alex Pavlovich love for these stats, dude. 8, because I was going to do the math myself. I was going to look it up and start doing it, and then I saw Pav's tweet, and I'm like, yes, thank you, Pavlovich.
Go ahead.
8 for 59 with runners in scoring position in this homestand. That's atrocious, man. It's just not going to get it done. And the pitching, like Duvall should be allowed some wiggle room, but the microscope is so heavily focused on the pitching.
Yeah.
It's just they're under the radar because of the hitting is so just. And remember live last night, I thought Adames' ball was gone. I thought it was gone, but Oracle Park, he got Oracle Parked. That
was a funny reaction too. You're like, oh, it's on the warning track. That was pretty funny. Yeah, you're playing by
that. And I heard. I think it was Fleming said, or no, maybe it was Bonte after the game said, off the bat, that ball was 97 miles an hour off the bat. So that ball was barreled, dude. And I think Adames thought it was gone. Like, if you saw the look on Adames' face, could you imagine what that would have done for Adames' psyche to hit a walk-off?
It would have been huge.
Slam. It would have been huge. But hey, it wasn't the case. Devers, by the way, in 8 games with the Giants, he's batting $194, 6 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 runs. Okay, so that needs to change. Granted, 8 games is such a small sample size. We got to let it breathe. Let it breathe. But dude, I don't know, man. The pitching has been so good. But like we've been saying for, God, it feels like a month now, Paulie, that you can't just rely on the pitching to continue to be there over and over and over again.
I feel like it's starting to hit the wall. Actually, you say let it breathe. So a couple quick comments. One, Pink Floyd, breathe in the air. That's one. And then, what's wrong with that? That's a good one. Breathe. And then on top of that, if you're going to be doing Let It songs, let's go Eric Clapton, Let It Rain. And then let's go Grateful Dead, Let It Grow. Tony, Let It Grow. A sentiment I can hitch my wagon to. Let it freaking grow.
Pearl Jam has a beautiful song called Just Breathe, which is one of Eddie Vedder's finest works. It's a gorgeous tune. Just Breathe, great song. And then they also have a song called Breathe, which is on the Singles soundtrack. They wrote for the Singles soundtrack way back when. So shout out Pearl Jam.
Breath.
Well, it's spelled breathe, and I've always, because it's spelled breathe with an E, so it's spelled breathe. So, but the way Vedder sings it, he says breath in the song.
He does,
but I believe that it's just pronounced breathe.
Hey, if I was going to give you a choice, gun to your head, and I know you love both bands, but I just want to see your reaction on this one. For the rest of your life, starting today, you can't have both. You can only have one. Your entire Pink Floyd collection or your entire Pearl Jam collection. You can only have one.
Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to me?
I'm not sure. I'm a sadomasochist. I'm not sure. I just want to see how you squirm out of this. I want to see what you have to say about this. Yeah.
Oh, boy. I'd probably have to go Pearl Jam.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, no, first of all, just because they're our Northwest neighbors, right?
Yeah.
The vibe of Eddie Vedder, the fact that they've all stayed together. There's no BS between, like there is between Gilmore and Waters.
Yeah.
So like, you know what? So for overall vibe, I would have to go Pearl Jam. But Pink Floyd, Jesus Christ! I mean, come on.
I'm telling you, I remember like I saw the when Pink Floyd, when Gilmore got the band back together without Waters. I saw them in 1988 at Foxborough. It was incredible. Like, it really was. It was freaking incredible. And the opening number was Shine On You Crazy Diamond. That's what they opened the show with.
Oh,
and I mean, the way that creeps in, boom, bam, boom, bam. But to your point, I remember like reading, interviews in Rolling Stone, and they were like fighting in the press. Like Roger Waters was like, I can't believe Gilmore's playing under the name Pink Floyd. And he did this whole thing. He goes, that's my bloody pig up there. That's my bloody pig. I'm like, damn, this doesn't sound good. This doesn't look good. That's my bloody pig that's floating around. I'm like, damn, he owns the pig. Anyway, I'm with you on the Pearl Jam thing. I just wanted to see what you say. Yeah.
You talked about when they did separate shows. There's a David Gilmour show. I find it on YouTube or somewhere like on Amazon Prime.
You know what? Gilmour should go on tour, by the way. Come on over here and give me some gigs. Let's go.
And his solo records, the last 2 records he's put out, they're very chill, but they're very good. I mean, they're very good records. They're classic Gilmour.
He's amazing. He's an amazing player, man. I love that dude. Yeah.
And nobody can like play sustained notes like he does. You know what I mean? Like let them ring out. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
He's not about Mac. He's not like, he's the opposite of Eddie Van Halen, where Eddie Van Halen was like, here's 5,000 notes in 30 seconds. And like Gilmour is like, I'll give you 5 notes in 30 seconds, but they're all going to matter. Like his thing. And you're so right. Like every note is like so perfectly. He's amazing. Gilmour. I love Gilmour.
There are a few Fish songs that there are certain sections in Fish songs where I'm like, I guarantee you this was inspired by David Gilmour because of the way Trey has these sustained notes solos that he does. Like Divided Sky is one of them. Lizards is another one. The Curtain With. These are these songs where they have a section where it's like, oh my God, this sounds like it came from Gilmour's catalog with the influence. Also, Paulie, I wanted to tell people, on YouTube, if you find a David Gilmour show, they do the Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and on the stage is a table with wine glasses. Have you seen this?
Oh, well, that's how they recorded the actual track. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
They filled up wine glasses with different amounts of wine in them, and they're circling the tops of the glasses and microphones. There's a microphone in the center of all the glasses. That's how they started the whole like hum, I guess you'd call it, to begin that song. Yeah. And they did it live on stage. It was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. I'm glad you mentioned that. You're right. It is. It's incredible. Yeah. Tony, before and by the way, I am going to share the musical assignment with everybody today. We're going to go to that in a minute. But before we do that, a couple of the Giants things. Tony, I wanted to say something positive today. And I did, because I think most Giant fans are starting to get pretty disgruntled.
Well, we're not done negative, though, Paulie. I want to go Matt Williams. We didn't talk Matt Williams yet and what he's doing at third base.
So, and just keep in mind, man, as the Giants are starting to struggle, the Padres are now tied with them for second place. Like the Padres, they're right there, locked in. They're both 5.5 games back. And don't look now, but the Arizona Diamondbacks are starting to kind of make a little bit of noise too. They're only 3 games behind the Giants. So you can't, this is like the time of the year, man, where stuff can start to slip. So you mentioned Matt Williams. I mean, that could have potentially cost them the game last night. It was just a bad look. I mean, sending Jung-Hoo home. He gets thrown out at home.
He sent Devers. Sorry to cut you off, Paulie. I apologize. But he sent Devers home the night before.
And that was bad too. I
will say, coaching third base is probably the most underappreciated and underrated job
in baseball. It's not an easy gig either.
To make that judgment call and people say baseball is a slow game, that moment, because dude, again, I'm coaching high school ball and little league ball, so it's a completely different scale. But even when I'm coaching third base in our championship game, I got a runner thrown out at home, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make them make the play. And he got thrown out by a couple steps, and I'm like, you know what, but you're making that call like in the spur of the moment on a dime. Now, I will say, man, like, dude, the pitcher was struggling for the Marlins last night, and there was only 1 out, and it's like you could have first and third with 1 out, and I don't know, like we always tell the kids to think ahead, like think your pre-pitch plan, think about what's going to happen the next pitch, what's going to happen the next play, and I love Matt Williams. I think he's one of the greatest Giants of all time, but that and this left fielder was playing shallow too. I was like, oh God, man, like. I don't know.
Shallow. He was, I think when the ball made it to third base, well, I don't know. It just, listen.
Here's the thing, Paulie, sorry, real quick. The ball, the left fielder was playing so shallow, and the ball got to home plate so early that it wasn't a good throw. It was offline, but the catcher had enough time to catch the ball offline and go back into the baseline and tag him out. So it's like,
and that's our fastest guy. Like, think about that. That's how far out behind the throw he was. So I think it's been a bad couple of nights for Matt Williams. I agree. And then you think back to how good we had it with Tim Flannery, and like just the fact that he did that, he played that position, he coached that position masterfully. And the thing is too, is like, it's probably, after being the big league manager, it's probably the coaching spot on the field that has the most pressure. Because like you said, you're talking runs and you're talking runs, wins and losses. They kind of hinge on you. And I would say this, like, generally speaking, I'm okay with like having an aggressive third base coach. Like, I'm okay with that. Send these guys, like you said, force them to make the play. Like, I'm good with that mentality. And I got to be honest, I remember when I was a kid watching Jack Clark, who was like one of my heroes. He used to run through the stop sign all the time. Like, you would see the third base coach going, stop, and Jack Clark would just keep going. And most of the time he scored on those plays. So I kind of grew up watching that and thinking like, okay, you got to force these guys to make a play. It's harder than it looks. And the runners coming in with a full head of steam, I'm generally okay. But these last two have been pretty bad, man. And I don't want to beat up Matt Williams, but it just wasn't a good look. With the game being as tight as it was, Giants really needed that run. And I wish that maybe they would have held him, Jung Hoo, at third last night, considering by how many steps he was out. Like you said, there's a bad throw and his catcher still had time to get position, make the play. It didn't look good, you know?
Right. And also with the Devers thing, Devers is like, he's a freaking tortoise, man. He's not fast at all.
No, dude, he's lumbering down the line. It looked terrible. Like,
and also the situation again, and dude, Matt Williams is a baseball guy for life. So I know he knows this, but like, if there were 2 outs on that hit by Bailey, send him. You know what? Fine, send him. Make him make the play. Sure, I wouldn't have a problem with them sending Jung Hoo Lee on that play with 2 outs. Yeah, but with 1 out, like, it's just, that's a huge difference. The 1 out to 2 outs, and then you just gave the Marlins a huge emotional lift. I mean, like, literally, the pendulum swung from momentum in an instant and went from Bailey's hit, which is a great piece of hitting by Patrick Bailey, by the way, just stuck his bat out opposite field down. It's just beautiful. But like the fact that the momentum shifted instantly with that out at home plate, because instead of winning the game, tied 4-4, and we're going to extras, and that stupid ass runner at second base, and
they have to do away with that, dude.
It's
got to do it. It really is. I mean, listen to your customers. We're all baseball fans here. It is such a turnoff. Like, it angers me it seems like the Giants have been in a lot of extra inning games recently, and I don't know. I can't stand it. I can't freaking stand it. Sorry.
Hey, Paulie, we're Leah Phillips, and I know Leah Phillips has had a tough couple weeks. Leah, I saw that you honored your friend who passed recently, and I saw that on Instagram. That's a beautiful post you made, and she's requesting Tekashi, Paulie. So if you don't mind, I would love to oblige Leah and give her some Tekashi.
The more Tekashi, the better. I mean, that's all. The more Tekashi, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So from that, because that kind of changed the tone a little bit, made things a little lighter, I want to say one positive thing, and it's about Logan Webb, because Logan Webb, I want to compliment his demeanor. I want to compliment his composure, because I watched his post-game session with the media last night in the clubhouse. And first of all, he, to me, kind of epitomizes everything that I want to see in a San Francisco Giant. Like, he gets it. Like, Logan Webb gets it. He gets the history. He gets what it means to wear the jersey. And he kind of represents, like, he would have fit in beautifully on those rotations with Vogelsong and Kane and Bumgarner and Timmy. Like, he's one of those guys to me, even though he plays in this era. He's kind of a throwback dude. He would have fit in great 15 years ago. But the fact that he has, I mean, you talk about the short end of the stick, man. He has gotten caned. Shout out Matt Cain. So many times. And last night he didn't get the loss. Doval got the loss, so he didn't have to get the L hung on him. But it was another night where he went out and pitched beautifully and walked away with nothing. Giants could lose the ball game. And the fact that he is able to rationally stand there, or calmly stand there, and then give like rational answers to these questions. And he said, like last night, his message was, I do believe it's coming. Like
Yeah.
this is going to get straightened out at a certain point. Like baseball is it's going to even out. And I hope he's right. But I just want to say, like, my hat's off to him, Tony, for never. I don't know if I could. I would be like, I run hot, man. I mean, like you know,
me too.
and you do too. Like we're reactionary guys. Yep. And Logan Webb has been really masterful at keeping a steady hand. So I did want to compliment him on that, Tony. That's like one thing that I don't think I could do.
San Carlos, born in San Carlos and raised in Rockland. You got to love everything about Logan Webb. He's like the pitching version of Buster Posey, I feel like, where he just lets his play do the talking.
Yeah.
And that's all that it is.
Yeah.
We have a couple supers that I want to get to, but I also want to give love to a couple of pitchers, Logan Webb included. That dude, Logan Webb, right now, he's 4-1 at home with a 1.52 ERA at home with 63 Ks at home. So the dude is just dominant.
Yeah.
He's 7-5 overall, and his ERA, I think it's like at 2.5 or something overall. I forget what his ERA is overall, but dude, the guy is just having he's having another outstanding year, all-star year. And then I got to give Randy Rodriguez some love too, man. That guy, especially at home, dude. Randy Rodriguez at home, 20 innings at home.
He's been great. Yeah.
He's only given up 10 hits, no runs, and 30 Ks in 20 innings for Randy Rodriguez, for Randy of the Redwoods. So, dude, like, again, cherish the pitching, but also, like, don't be pissed if Logan has a bad outing or has a subpar outing, because it's like, or if Randy Rodriguez has a subpar outing, because we've been leaning on the pitching all season so far. And it's like it's like a guarantee that Webb's going to give you 6 strong every time he goes out there.
Or at least give you a chance. He'll compete his ass off and give you a chance to win every game he starts. Every game he starts.
But now it's kind of like, well, dude, you can't, like, you don't take these starts for granted, basically, is what I'm saying. It's just because he's so dominant. But that's why the bats need to just 8 for 59 with runners in scoring position in this homestand. That has to change. And Paulie,
we asked Buster to do something, and he did. Like we all jumped up and down and said, "Hey, give us a bat, give us a bat." He did. He gave us a bat. He gave us a great bat, and that's like, to Logan Webb's point. I believe that the Devers thing will come. It's going to come. It takes a little bit of time. He's still adjusting. And by the way, shout out to Kyle McKiernan on the comments line. Kyle McKiernan, is that a name we've seen before? Or is he a new guy?
I've seen Kyle's name before, but go ahead.
Well, he made a comment about, we were just talking about like the character of Logan Webb and how, like, you look at a guy like Blake Snell. He goes, Blake Snell always struck me as kind of a smug guy. And I always felt like Blake Snell is just like Rodon. And like Rodon too, both of those guys, really good pitchers, but I feel like they use the Giants to leverage better contract. And I'm sick of that too. I'm sick of guys using the Giants as like a stepping stone to a bigger contract, a bigger deal, whether it's the Yankees or in Snell's case, the Dodgers. It just, I'm with you, Kyle. I'm with you. I didn't trust Blake Snell either.
By the way, John Stevens, our dear pal John Stevens, Paulie, last night sent me a picture of a dude at the Giants game wearing a Giants Snell jersey.
Come on.
Like, dude, what are you doing, man?
What are you doing, bro?
What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Like, come on. If anything, get crafty and put like duct tape crossing out the number 7 and Snell on the back of your jersey. Have fun with it or something. Don't wear the thing like with pride, like, oh, here's my Blake Snell jersey. F Snell, F Rodon. I couldn't root harder against those two guys. Honestly, I'm with you 100%. But Paulie, we got to honor a couple supers. Stevie B a while back. I missed this. Stevie B, I apologize. I missed this during when we were talking melancholy and the infinite sadness. But Stevie B, thanks for the super. He says melancholy is an all-timer. Heavy Sabbath influence. Muzzle might be my favorite jam. Ode to No One Is All Metal. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well said, Stevie B.
Stevie B, he knows what's up, man. Stevie B knows what's up. He knows his music. I like it. You're right. I agree with everything he's saying right there, man.
Totally. I agree. And then Escobar, the third. By the way, I'd love to meet Escobar, the first and second. And I know that you lost an Escobar recently too, Escobar. So rest in peace. But he says runner on second base is because of GMs and owners. But I want to credit the PMP Army, because I feel like a few shows ago somebody suggested start the runner at second base in like the 12th inning. If it goes 12, right? If it's getting like, if nobody's scoring in the 10th or 11th, okay, fine. You had a couple innings to do it. Then put a runner on in the 12th. I don't have a problem with that, because at least you gave both teams a shot for a couple innings. They both battled their asses off to tie the game.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have the game come down to this bullshit that's like a runner on second base. It's not easy to get to second base in Major League Baseball. And then all of a sudden you're going to throw a runner on second base and have the game decided on that. It's the biggest crock of shit that baseball's had. And like, I had a tough time with the pitch clock, but I'm fine with the pitch clock now because it keeps the game moving. I really am fine.
I'm okay with that. I'm with you on this. Yep. But the runner thing is unacceptable. It's not baseball. It's not.
And one of the beauties of Major League Baseball, it's like in golf, there's sudden death in golf. Are they going to have guys instead just putt in sudden death in the future? Because they don't, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. We'll just spot the ball. We'll put the ball 3 feet from the hole. Go ahead, you guys.
Yeah, whoever makes this next putt wins. Oh, yay.
Right.
Like, I mean, what are we doing?
Gimmicks, dude. I hate all these gimmicky things. That's one of the main reasons that my interest in the NHL has declined a lot because, and I used to be a monster hockey fan, but I think they've messed with the game so much. Like, you know what I hate in hockey? It's a similar kind of thing. The shootout. Let's have a shootout. Well, now it's like it's a skills competition. We're not even really playing hockey anymore. We're throwing a puck on the ice and be like, yeah, go ahead, just charge the goalie and start shooting, launch a few shots at him. I'm like, what? Like that's what happened to competing. Because now it's a one-on-one. It's a guy and a goalie having a one-on-one competition instead of having a 5-on-5 proper overtime period. So I hate the shootout in the NHL. And I hate the Ghost Runner with a freaking passion, dude. I really do. It's really upsetting.
And I just want to acknowledge Rockin' New Era 84. Good to see you again, Rockin' New Era. He says the pitch clock makes you miss 2 innings if you got to go get food or go use the John, which I agree. I feel like maybe the extend the pitch clock a little bit would be nice. I would agree with that because he's right.
Maybe
because he's right, because you do, if you need to go to get some food or go handle your business, you do miss maybe a couple innings because it does fly. I also would love to see MLB get rid of all the crap in the postseason. Like, what's the rush in the postseason? We're talking playoff baseball.
Yeah,
like, there shouldn't be a rush on any game in playoff baseball. Get rid of the pitch clock. Get rid of the runner on second base and play the game. Just play the game. If there's an extra inning game, obviously both teams in the series need to deal with the extra innings and the pitching and the pitchers used and everything. So I just bring the game back to the what it was, what made it so beautiful, what made it the greatest game, in my opinion, in sports. That's all.
I feel like, this is all beautifully said. And my final thing on this would be like, when you look at the reasoning given why they've done things like this, these gimmicky, hey, we'll put a runner on second base. Well, they say 2 things. One, the fans, fans don't want to sit in the yard all night. I would dispute that. I would say that we're here because we're baseball fans. We love baseball. We want to watch baseball. I'm not looking to rush to get home like right now. It's not really like a thought. And then number 2 is, well, if we put a runner on second base, we're going to generate more offense and that'll bring in casual fans. Wrong. Wrong again, dude. Wrong again. I got news for you. Baseball is not winning over any new casual. They're just not. Like, it's become a sport where it's got to make it or break it on the merits of it, the game itself. You're not going to bring in new fans because there's a guy on second base. You're not. I'm telling you right now. And yes, they are struggling to compete with hockey. With football and basketball. Yeah, of course. Those are 2 high-powered, fast-moving sports. Baseball is a slower thing, thinking man's game, blah, blah, blah. But that runner on second base is not going to bring in casual fans. I'm just telling you right now. Okay.
No question, Polly. Well said, bud.
And I want to say one last thing before we wrap and get out of here today, and that is the music assignment. I wanted to share this today. I want to give everybody like a head start. And Tony, let everybody know where they can send their songs. If you want to play along, just send them into our show email. And we'll shout them out tomorrow. But
hey, Paulie, real quick, can I play something real quick just for the musical center?
Drop.
And then I also want to do this.
Peep this, particle heads. PMP's weekly musical assignment begins now, right now.
It's all about the now, right now at the end. Thank you, Shannon Keller. Thank you, Stone Foxes. Hey, I was going to say this, Tony. I had such a great time, and I know you did too. This is for both of us, or from both of us, that we had such a great time at Metallica, and we had such a great time seeing everybody kind of get together, like just the crew, like the VIP crew, the all you ticket winners, and everybody brought a guest. It was kind of like another kind of familial, communal, familial. It was. We had like our own vibe going on there. So inspired by that for tomorrow, Tony. And this is my, like, again, being inspired by the audience, but here it comes. Give me songs about family. Give me songs about brothers and sisters or friendship. You know what I mean? Family, friendship, mom, dads, brothers, sisters. There's a lot of great songs out there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate the PMP community this week. Songs about family, friends, moms, dads, sisters.
You know what? I like that too, because recently Patty lost a family member. Leah Phillips lost a family member. Escobar lost a family member. So let's celebrate family, dude. I love that, man. That's great. So in honor of Leah and Patty and Escobar and the entire PMP Army, I love that, Paulie. That's well done, man. I look forward to a lot of submissions. PauliesPod@gmail.com. PauliesPod@gmail.com. Send us your submissions. And also, Paulie, we didn't get to bookmarks today. We got a lot of bookmarks we can get to tomorrow. There's some fun bookmarks we got in there.
I know.
And also, Bill Lasky is joining us tomorrow on the show, which will be fun. You want to talk about somebody who knows a lot about Giants or about baseball and is close to the team because he does a post-game show, is Bill Lasky. And I've worked with Bill a lot at the station.
He loves you. Lasky loves Tony. I mean, we all love Creative Tony, but Lasky loves. He goes, "Oh, that's my buddy." He was all excited. And by the way, how pissed is Marty Lurie going to be now that we're talking about you're with me, you son of a bitch? You're not talking to Paulie Mack. I'll rip his effing head off. We'll do Violent Marty tomorrow, you guys. I promise. A lot of Violent Marty riffs coming up. But yeah, Bill Lasky, dude, I've been meaning to promote him all day. Thank you. Hello, more brain damage. I forgot to promote our guest tomorrow, but yeah, Bill Lasky joins us. That's going to be great. And also, the show is made possible by all of you in the audience, but also all of our great sponsors. And that includes Carlos De La Fuente with Flex Funding. We talk about all his financial services, whether it is a loan, whether it is a mortgage redo, a fix and flip, whatever it might be. Carlos is your guy to handle any financial situation, whether it's a jam or you just want to improve the place you're in. Call Carlos De La Fuente, 925-250-4894. You can email Carlos at carlos@myflexnow.com. Great guy, friend of ours on and off the air, and can definitely help you, your business, your family, HELOC loans, no appraisal fees, all that stuff we talk about all the time. Carlos is your go-to guy for any financial situation. And then when it comes to your dental health will drive you mad. Bang your head. Dude, dental health will drive you mad. Can I get Dr. Matt Young in the mask one more time? Yeah, dude. That's amazing. Look at that, dude. And you can see the good face underneath. You see like the bright eyes of a Dr. Matt Young. Dude, the quiet riot mask. Oh, God bless him. Hey, Dom, tremendous work. That's why we love you. All right, listen, Dr. Matt Young and his no, it's amazing, dude. It's amazing. Dental health will drive you mad. Hang your head. The Young Dental Group right here in San Francisco, down on Post Street, 490 Post Street. Been in the business 25 years, waiting for your call too. Become a patient of Dr. Matt Young and then enjoy the rewards. Look how white my teeth are, Tony. You know, see how white?
Oh, I need that. I need
they
that.
Didn't used to be. Yep. I'll tell you right now, they didn't used to be till I met Dr. Matt Young. He scraped all that gunk off of there, and he can do the same for you. Info@youngdentalsf.com. He takes pretty much all the major insurance groups. You shouldn't have any problems there. The entire staff, these are great people. He selects everybody very carefully, so that vibe is kind of right there intact. When you walk in the office, you meet the good people up at the front desk, and then they bring you back. And Dr. Young and all his helpers, they're all great, man. So get on down to Dr. Matt Young, and we appreciate him as a sponsor. Tony's a big fan of the Saturday office hours.
Yeah.
As we all are busy, a lot of us are parents and stuff, so getting in there on a Saturday can be very helpful. So improve your dental health, improve your financial health, and thank you guys for listening. Tony, let's bring him in. Let's bring in Professor David Lee Roth and dismiss the class today one more time. Looking good, looking damn good, and that was
so good.
Yeah, thank you, T.
Hey, on the way out, Paulie, too, I just want to wish a couple of happy birthdays out there. Derek Jeter turned 51 today.
Hey, the captain. Here we go.
I actually have always loved Derek Jeter. I really have.
Me too.
I love the way he plays the game. And listening to his analysis in the booth now that he's doing broadcasting, I think he's tremendous. Yeah. I also want to wish happy birthday to Patty Smythe, 68, by the way, Paulie. And then Aubrey Plaza, 41 today.
Are you serious? She's 41?
Yeah.
I didn't realize I thought she was much younger than I'm a fan, dude. She's so weird. I'm an Aubrey Plaza fan. Yeah.
No. Rules. And then, dude, your guy, Paul Thomas Anderson, 55 today. So
that is my guy. That is my guy, dude. Yeah, your Boogie Nights, your Magnolias, your There Will Be Bloods. Great filmmaker. You know who he's married to, by the way? This makes him even cooler.
Oh.
The girl on, now I'm forgetting her name. Help me out in the comments line. Saturday night, Maya Rudolph. Oh,
dude, right on.
Yeah, that's his wife. And Maya Rudolph is not only a very funny comedic actress, but this is my favorite thing about her. Maya Rudolph also is a singer in a Prince tribute band.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's fantastic. And maybe Maya Rudolph could join the Taste the Biscuit band and go on tour with the Taste the Biscuit jam. Because I got to be honest, Paulie, on the way out, I know we're going to wrap here, but NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC, and I'll send it to you. He sent us an email. There's an hour-long film that the Taste the Biscuit people made.
Okay.
That, is just, I don't even know what to say about it. It's kind of jaw-dropping that this thing exists.
Well, we got two when you're my final comment of the day. And Winks, if you're still in the comments line, bro, you're going to love this. And this is inspired by you directly. So you're talking about the two greatest tracks, musically speaking, ever written about tasting. One, Taste the Biscuit by those two songwriters. And then, dude, now I'm going deviant. I'm going underground for this one. Velvet Underground, Tony, Taste the Whip. Okay.
Dude.
Taste the Whip. Yeah, it's a little S&M kind of vibe they got going on over there. But yeah, Taste the Whip, Taste the Biscuit. We do it all on PMP, dude. We do it all. All right, Tony, why don't you bring in Professor Dave?
Can I tease something for tomorrow, too? Can I tease something tomorrow? Is that I want to talk about Italo Disco, which is there's these have you seen those two dudes? Have you seen those two dudes?
Bookmarks. I got stuff in bookmarks.
There's like 4 of them. I put like 4 of them in bookmarks, dude.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm on fire. I can't get enough, dude. That's gonna be me and you, by the way. That's me and you. When the show falls apart, we're moving to Italy and we'll be doing our own like disco parties, and that's gonna be you and me on the turntables. There's no question. So tomorrow, save that for tomorrow. I love the disco Italian guys. I love them. Yeah.
Can we just give a little tease? Probably just a little tease.
Okay.
I feel like we should on the way out, because it's just, I mean, these guys are just.
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, that's you. That's you. Yeah, that's me. That's me right there. Yeah, drumming. Yeah. Well, and I got to tell you what, I haven't even seen this one, but they post these all the time now. Yeah. These guys are money, dude. They're money. Yeah.
It's incredible. We can do more tomorrow, but it's incredible. Find them on if you search Italo Disco on social media, you'll find them. And they're amazing.
I mean, the guitar, bro, the guy's got the guitar. My other guy's drumming. I'm telling you what, the short shorts, the Daisy Dukes. I mean, everything about it, top to bottom. That's two gangsters right there. Musical gangsters.
All right, here we go, Paulie.
So say good night to the bad guy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, kiddies. Thank you, Patrick, Patton, Miguel, Karen Bell with the glasses, Rockin' New Era 84, Leah Phillips, John Joseph. Who am I forgetting over here? Rags, Don Peralta, Antonio. What's up, man? What's up, Antonio? Rags, my man, Rags. Go enjoy your Thursday afternoon. Stevie B, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. Escobar the Third. Thanks for hanging out today. You guys are great. We freaking love you. Tomorrow, high noon, Bill Lasky. And if you're hanging out this afternoon, want to kill some time, join me at 3:00 on the Hum Daddies podcast. Yeah, I'll be hanging out with those guys a little bit later on today. Looking forward to that. Tony, final thoughts, and we be out of here.
Let's go birdsong, la 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 la, and then can we get the Giants bats going, please? Devers or Adamas, like, make a statement today, and somebody make a statement today. And I don't know, I doubt Schmidt's playing today, but if he does, stay hot, Schmidt. But somebody make a statement today. Birdsong, get the W. Let's go.
All right. And I will give you the final comment of the day. We'll go to Rags. He says, "Hey, Tony, I want to kiss your nose." That's how Rags rolls, man. Let him kiss your nose. Yeah, no. But that can turn into a full makeout. When it comes to Rags, he'll start with the nose. Next thing you know, he'll grab the back of your head. Now you're making out. It can happen that fast. All right, you guys, have a great afternoon. Go Giants. Go Birdsong. La, 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 la. And we'll see you tomorrow for high noon. Peace, y'all. Enjoy your day.
Taste the biscuit, y'all.